Hi, everyone. I am just going to move to the presentation, and we're going to get started on our final session of our teen yoga series. So welcome, and I hope that you have a good place to practice this evening. We're not doing this live because I wanted to offer everyone the chance to find a good time. We are going to focus on sleep and rest, and I think that's a good way to kind of wrap up this series. So if you do want to press pause, we're going to do a little talking, and then we'll take our time to move into a place of rest, and we'll do a little what's called yoga nidra, which is yogic sleep, to wrap up our evening. So press pause at any time if you need to get stuff. I am dressed comfortably. I am in my studio, I'm not at home, so I don't have a traditional pillow. I do have a blanket and a bolster, but our key here is just to be really comfortable, choosing a time where we're able to be relaxed and carving out a little bit for ourselves. So if we wanted to talk about the next chakra, it would be our third eye. And we can associate that with just kind of your intuition. And I think knowing yourself is very important. And I think a lot of us struggle to get enough sleep and rest, and to make so many other factors come into disarray. So that's where our target is going to be. Instead of really practicing a third eye practice, that's where we're going to come into this with that sleep element. So we're going to start with what we call an extended exhale. And the diagram has an inhale of 4 and an exhale of 8. You can choose to practice that. I'm going to kind of offer cueing for that. But optimally, when we want to move into a state of relaxation, we want to double our inhale with our exhale. So if your inhale is a count of 3, you'd like to have 6. If your inhale is a count of 5, you'd like to have an exhale of 10. But we'll just go ahead and practice this, and then we'll come back into it when we get ready to move into our relaxation. So we'll just take a nice cleansing inhale and let it go. And then we're going to inhale and exhale. We'll inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. We'll inhale and exhale. It's just a good one to keep in mind. 4 and 8 are nice, easy numbers to remember, but anytime we want to move into a state of relaxation, lengthening that exhale is a great idea. So sleep is important for a lot of reasons. You can see some of the things here talking about our ability to listen, to concentrate, to focus, all important parts of being successful in school and in life. If you have a job, if you have other responsibilities, it can help us with our mood. It's important for our physical and overall health. We need to allow tissues to repair themselves. A lot of teens worry about their complexion or maybe their weight or things like that. And those are all things that poor sleep or lack of sleep can make even worse if it's something that you struggle with. I read a study and it said that 28% of teens, so that's more than 1 in 4, fall asleep at school at least once or more per week. And that 14% of students arrive late to school at least once a week or more, which tells me that we're all sleep deprived at that age. And it's really important to establish good sleep hygiene, which basically means establishing good patterns to get into to prepare ourselves for bed. A good time, knowing how much sleep you probably need, making sure you're ready to unwind at that time of day, to turn off the phones and the electronics, not to drink caffeine or to eat sugary foods that might create energy, but it's kind of understanding what helps you to get good sleep and getting into good routines and patterns that we are able to do to establish that sleep practice. And there's a few tips here. I'll send this in the email as well. But some really important things, and some of those can feel almost impossible. Sometimes we don't have a lot of control over our bedtime. Sometimes we have other things that demand our time and attention. So when we're able to, making a plan, trying to get bright light every morning, avoiding light at night before you go to bed. And I'm recording this in winter where that's not really a problem because it's dark around 5 p.m. But keeping that in mind, avoiding activities that are arousing or energizing, turning that phone off, staying as close on the weekends as you do during the week. I think as we age, that becomes even more important. No caffeine after school, no napping after 4 o'clock, and try to have some fun. Try to enjoy every day. One of the things I want you to do when we move into our practice is to think about something great that happened today. It's such a good way to unwind for the evening, to just find awe and wonder and reflect on one good thing. We can always find one good thing that happened throughout the day. And then we are going to do what's called Yoga Nidra, so you can see the official spelling there. If you want to find your own practice of Yoga Nidra, you can certainly Google it. There are many, many versions. Yoga Nidra is the kind of older version of yogic sleep, and it was westernized, and that is called iRest. So you may also find things that sound similar that are called iRest. Really the same thing, or at least very similar. They run along the same lines, but good for many, many things. You can see some of the benefits of Yoga Nidra. You don't necessarily need to understand what it is or how it works, but you can experience it and see if it works for you and see if it's helpful, and knowing that it's a practice you can come back to. And with the benefits of technology, if you want to find a Yoga Nidra that you like, you can always bookmark it or save it. You can see, I have 10 minutes to do a practice. So you can see if you find a video that's 10 minutes, or if you have a longer time to experience that. So we are going to offer ourselves our own Yoga Nidra tonight. But first, we are going to move into some poses to help prepare for sleep. So there's 5 poses we're going to practice together. Legs up the wall, child's pose, which we've done, a supine butterfly, a side stretch, and a seated twist. So if you want to do these at home in your own bed, you're welcome to do so. Like I said, I'm at my studio, so I'm here on a mat, and I'm actually going to use a chair for legs up the wall. You can do it up a wall. Some people don't have a blank wall space, and I highly recommend checking with the adult who owns or is in charge of the space that you're using before you put your feet or your shoes against the wall, just to make sure that's okay with them. But that's what makes the chair a nice option too, especially if you have socks on. And we do want to be warm. When we go into this state of relaxation, our bodies tend to cool naturally when we're resting. So if you want to put a pair of socks on or grab an extra layer or a blanket, anything like that, feel free to do so. So we're going to move into those little poses. I'm going to have to shift my screen around just a bit here. So I have a mat, and you can, of course, pretend that it is a bed or anything else that you would like. So we're going to start with legs up the wall. Like I said, I'm going to practice it with a chair. So I'm going to let myself just rest on my mat and placing the chair where my feet will be. And if you have a chair that has a solid surface, you could always place a blanket or just something soft on it, and that might make your feet feel a little more comfortable. But I always like to tell people, just kind of scoot close enough that your sits bones are close to whatever you're going to put your feet up on, whether it's the wall or the chair. And then you'll place your feet on whatever is going to support them. And then just coming into a gentle reclining position. You can place your hands wherever feels good. We talked about a little extra weight on our belly being nice. You can rest them on the floor if that feels supported, out to the side, wherever you want to go with that. So that's our legs up the wall. And we're going to practice child's pose. So if you'd like to use a pillow or something like a pillow, that can feel really nice as well. Of course, like I said, if you're in your bed. And you can rest your arms on your pillow. You could rest your forehead on your pillow. We'll just invite ourselves to melt gently, start to settle in, nice calming breath, easing into that space. And then we're going to practice a reclined butterfly or a supine butterfly. I think a lot of us are really familiar with a butterfly pose. It's a nice way to relax our hips and to just kind of settle and unwind for the evening. So you can just fold the soles of your feet together. Your legs can be long. Your legs can come in a little bit. And this is also a great place if you wanted to add the use of a pillow or pillows. You can let your legs kind of rest gently over that pillow or pillows and give them a little extra support too, especially if you're going to stay in the pose for very long. And then I think every week we practice some version of spinal movement. So we'll sit up tall, even if we're in our beds, and we're going to twist gently to one side, twist to the other. And then the last is just that gentle side stretch. So reaching through one arm, and then we'll reach through the other arm. And then we'll let that go. So you are welcome to press pause if you'd like. You're going to hear me shifting around just a little bit so that I can set up. I'm going to read a yoga nidra to you. And you are probably not even going to see me. I'm going to be just close to the camera so that I can read. But I want you to get as comfortable as you can. And I always tell people, if you fall asleep while you're practicing yoga nidra, it means your body needs the rest. So go ahead and fall asleep. If you need to be awakened for anything, if you have somewhere you have to be later, maybe set that timer. But if you're able to go to sleep and stay asleep, even better. If you do wake up while we're still practicing, just join us wherever we are at and listen to the voice and make it a great practice for yourself. So take your time setting up with pillows, blankets, whatever you'd like to find. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of shift a little bit, get something a little better to look at than just the floor. And I want you to settle in. If you've pressed pause and you're coming back to us now, I want you to make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be. So maybe you need an extra layer that you haven't already grabbed. And just like we do every week, we won't finish formally together. I will just end the practice as we finish that guided relaxation. So if there's any additional adjustments you need to make, we are going to make those now. And we're going to move back into our lengthened exhale breath. We're going to do 3 rounds of it. I'm going to just count in my head, and you can follow along. If you have your own count that works better, you're welcome to find that. So we'll go ahead and inhale. And we'll exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So trying to remain motionless as we move through this practice and allow this to be an opportunity for you to just be completely effortless. We're going to take a moment to notice the connection points of the body and the earth. And that might mean props or our bed or a pillow or blanket kind of stepping in as the earth in the space that we're in. We might not be lying on a mat or the floor. And feel that weight of gravity inviting us to feel a little heavier, a little more relaxed, a little more at ease. And we're going to bring our attention and awareness to general points in the body. So as we rotate around the body, allow your mind to drift with me and just bringing a soft, effortless awareness. We'll move quickly. So like I said, if you fall asleep or get distracted, just rejoin us wherever you're at. So bringing your attention to the center of your throat. Invite it to feel soft, relaxed. And then moving to the center of your right shoulder, your right elbow, your right palm, all 5 fingers, back to the palm, the elbow, and the shoulder, back to the center of the throat. Moving awareness to the left shoulder, left elbow, left hand. Again, all 5 fingers, back to the palm, back to the left elbow, left shoulder, and the center of the throat. Think about the center of your breastbone, your heart space. Moving that awareness down into your navel, the center of your right hip, your right knee, right ankle, right foot. Back to the right ankle, the right knee, the right hip, and the belly. Moving gently to the left hip, left knee, left ankle, left foot. Returning back to the left ankle, the left knee, the left hip, back to the belly. Allowing the entire body to be filled and relaxed with ease. And then moving from the belly back to the center of the heart, the center of the throat. Moving up the back of the neck and the back of the head, into the crown, moving down over the forehead, the right eye and the left eye, the nose, the right cheek, the left cheek, the right side of the jaw, the left side of the jaw, the lips, the chin, the front of the neck, and back to the throat. Allowing your body to be fully relaxed and fully at ease.